Hello, welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. Now, I'm pretty sure I have made this. I know for sure I have made this before. But for anyone who's new, it'll be new to you. We're going to make what we call in my family sachajoyu chicken. Now, full disclosure, when I was growing up, we never made chicken. My parents only ever made this with beef, like flank steak. They never made it with chicken, but my daughter and I both love it with chicken. And so I make it with chicken all the time for her. It's super easy. It's super fast. And that's one of the reasons that I love it, is because she'll just like call me from work and be like, coming home in 20 or 30 minutes. And she'll say, Mom, can you make me, we call it Asian chicken, but can you make me sachajoyu? And I'm like, absolutely. No problem. So I just have a couple of chicken breasts here. You could totally use chicken thighs. You could use any kind of chicken you want. We just use chicken breasts, and you can cut them however you want. You can cut them in strips. You can cut them in chunks. It doesn't really matter. It's so quick. It's so easy. And you could really make any meat that you have in the fridge work for this. Okay. Since I'm here butchering meat, I thought I would just show you. I've shown people on other videos before, but this that I just took off of the chicken breast is the tenderloin. So when you buy chicken tenders, this is the tenderloin piece that comes off of the breast, okay? And that tenderloin has a tendon in it, which is right here. And a lot of people use the fork method to take out the tendon. And if that method works for you, you can totally do that. Or you can use a knife. So I think the fork method is like you put the prongs and then you use a paper towel and you like pull it through. I just cut it off of the tendon like this. I just use my knife and I work down the tendon and I just pull it out like this. So it's just up to you which way works for you. That's easy for me. That's what I do. But again, it doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way. It's just however you can get it done safely in your kitchen. So don't harp on yourself too much of like, oh, I learned I've been doing it wrong. If you've been doing it and you've been eating, you've been doing it right. Okay. So this is 1 cup of low sodium shoyu. You could use regular if you want. I have to be a little bit careful of the salt, and that's a lot of shoyu. Okay. You could also do a half and half and water it down if you want it to be more saucy, less salty, or you could just do less sauce. My daughter loves sauce, so she wants it to be super saucy. So that's why I use a cup, and I have about 1 pound and 1/3 of chicken. And then I'm going to do half, whatever I did my shoyu, I'm going to do half that brown sugar. So this 1 cup of shoyu, half a cup of brown sugar. When I do the beef, I don't put any cornstarch because the beef, you do this technique where you cook it a little bit and then you caramelize it by turning up the heat, and it usually thickens up plenty. The chicken cannot tolerate as long of a cook time. So I'm going to put like 2 tablespoons of cornstarch into my shoyu brown sugar mix. Mix this sauce up. You can use a whisk or a spoon or whatever until the sugar is as much dissolved as you can. And that was brown sugar. That definitely affects the flavor. I've done white sugar before. It's delicious. It just doesn't taste the same. This gives sort of like a caramely. My rice is ready in the rice cooker. So now I'm gonna fire up the chicken. I'm getting my pan hot, and then I'm gonna use this grapeseed oil. Because this is like a high heat method, but you can honestly use any oil you want. You can use olive oil, you can use any kind of vegetable oil, any kind of cooking oil you want. I prefer grapeseed oil. Grapeseed oil basically has no flavor. Chicken in carefully. You can hear that sizzle, you know it's hot, right? I'm not gonna put salt because the shoyu is already very salty. Okay, I'm gonna spread it out a little bit. I'm gonna put some garlic powder. So I'm gonna take just like, I don't know, maybe a teaspoon of garlic powder. Maybe a little black pepper. You could do white pepper. White pepper I find to be a little bit spicier, and I grew up with it with black pepper. So I'm going to put a little black pepper. Like I said, what's great about this dish is how fast. This is like 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes that it's been in here, and it's basically completely cooked, okay? But we're going to put our sauce on now. We're going to pour our sauce on. And like I said, you don't have to make this much sauce. but my kid, she likes it saucy, so I'm gonna make it saucy. Now, because our chicken is basically cooked, all we're gonna do is bring this up to a boil, and that's going to get our cornstarch to do its job, okay? Because your cornstarch liquid has to come to a boil before it reaches its thickness. So we're gonna let this come to a boil, and then I'm gonna show you how thick and glossy it is after maybe a minute or two. This is only 1 minute, and look at this. Look at how thick and glossy and incredible this gets after just 1 minute, okay? That's it. It's as easy as that. You can add veggies to this. If you do, saute them when you saute up the chicken, okay? That's when you would add the veggies. You could add broccoli, make this chicken and broccoli. You could have asparagus. You could add whatever you want, but I would saute it up when you saute the chicken. Normally, I would take a bite for you, but I already know it's delicious, and I already ate. So you just put it over a bed of delicious, fluffy, Asian-style rice, and dinner's ready. Like I said, you could add veggies if you want, but we like it just like this.